Hello everyone, hope my audience are loving the videos, and if you guys want anything, do comment below. Now let's dive into their game is completely lost, you just made them shudder. Have you ever felt the weight of someone's gaze, felt the intensity of their judgment as they measured your every move? Have you ever seen them try to break you, manipulate you, trying to pull you down into the depths of their misery, to force you to bend to their will? And yet, despite all their efforts, despite all the pressure they put on you, there was something in you that just refused to crumble, a fire inside that refused to be extinguished. They tried to make you feel small, weak, insignificant, but all they did was push you to rise higher, stronger. You see, the game they played, the one they thought they controlled, it's lost now. It's gone. They never had the power they thought they had over you, and they're finally starting to realize it. The fear is in their eyes. They shudder when they see you. They see you standing tall, unbreakable, and it terrifies them because they know they can't touch you anymore. You've broken free from the chains they tried to bind you with. They're left struggling to catch up, left wondering where their influence went, left in confusion because they've just realized that the game they once played is over. It's a moment of pure triumph, a moment that they never saw coming, and it's a victory that is all yours. Do you feel it? That power surging through your veins, that knowledge that you stepped out of their shadow and into your own light. It's no longer their world, it's yours. You just turned the tables, and now the power belongs to you. But let's be real for a second. This moment didn't come easy. It never does. They didn't just give up because you asked them to. They didn't just roll over because you smiled at them. No, they fought. They fought with everything they had, using every trick, every tactic in their playbook to break you. They tried to convince you that you weren't enough, that you would fail, that you didn't belong in the room with them. But you didn't listen to them. You didn't let them define you. You didn't let their opinions shape your reality. Instead, you dug deep. You found something inside yourself that they never saw coming. You found your strength, your resolve, your unshakable will to survive and thrive. You stood tall in the face of adversity, unbroken by their cruelty, unshaken by their lies. Every word they said, every insult they hurled at you, only made you stronger. And now, here you are. The very people who tried to tear you down are watching in awe as you rise. They are the ones shuddering now. They are the ones feeling the sting of defeat. They are the ones who realize they lost, and they can't do a damn thing about it. They spent so long trying to play you, trying to control you, but they never realized something crucial. You were never a part of their game. They thought they were the ones pulling the strings, but in reality, you were always the one who had the power. You were always the one who could make the moves, change the course, and leave them in the dust. You just had to wake up and realize it. Now they know. And the worst part, they don't know how to deal with it. They're scrambling, panicking, trying to figure out what went wrong, why their tactics didn't work on you. They thought they could break you. They thought they could bend you to their will, control your every move. But you just kept going. You kept moving forward, even when they tried to block your path. It's in those moments when they tried to break you that you found your true strength. You found the grit and determination that runs through your veins, the part of you that refuses to let anyone or anything keep you down. They didn't break you. They made you stronger. Every setback, every challenge, every attempt to destroy you only fueled the fire inside of you. The fire that burns brighter and hotter with every obstacle they throw in your way. You've become a force they can't reckon with. They thought they had the upper hand, that they could control the narrative, but they were wrong. They never understood the depth of your resilience, They never understood how much power you had inside of you. And now, they see it. They feel it. The realization is setting in. They know they've lost. The game they thought was theirs is completely lost, and you are the one who has come out victorious. You've become a nightmare to them. Every step you take, every success you achieve, every move you make is a reminder to them of their failure. They see you rising higher, getting stronger, and it's breaking them. It's breaking them because they know they can't stop you. They know they can't hold you back anymore. You're a force they can't control. They will try to find ways to undermine you. They will try to discredit you. They will try to spread lies and rumors about you. But you, know what? Let them. Because every attempt they make to drag you down will only make you stronger. Every word they speak in malice will only fuel your drive. You've already won. They just don't know it yet. And here's the most beautiful part of it all. You didn't have to destroy them to win. You didn't have to stoop to their level or play their dirty games. You didn't have to become like them. All you had to do was be yourself. All you had to do was stand firm in your truth, hold on to your integrity, and trust in your ability to overcome whatever they threw your way. The power was always in you. It was never in them. They just didn't realize it until now. And now that they see it, they're scared. They're terrified of the unstoppable force that you've become. They're terrified of the person you've turned into, the person who refuses to back down, who refuses to accept defeat. So, what do you do now? What do you do when you've already won? When you've already proven them wrong? When you've already shown them that they can't break you? You keep going. You don't stop. You don't slow down. You don't let up for 1 second. Because the truth is, the moment you stop is the moment they think they have a chance to catch up. The moment you let your guard down is the moment they think they can strike again. But you're smarter than that. You know the game now. You understand the rules, and you understand that it's not about winning today or tomorrow. It's about winning every single day. It's about becoming a force that they can never stop, a force that they can never touch. Every time you succeed, every time you push forward, every time you overcome an obstacle, you remind them that they've lost. You remind them that they can never win, not against you. So keep pushing, keep moving forward. Let them watch as you rise higher and higher. Let them feel the weight of their own failure as they watch you crush every single one of their expectations. Let them see you win over and over again until they understand once and for all that their game is completely lost. They shudder because they know they can never stop you. And that's exactly what you want. It's a moment of realization that burns deep into their consciousness. It cuts through them, right down to their core. Because deep down, they know the truth now. They know that you've outsmarted them, outplayed them, and shattered the image they had tried so desperately to build around you. The power dynamic has shifted, and every step you take now is a reminder to them that they are no longer in control, and they never will be again. You've stepped out from the shadows, the dark corners where they tried to confine you, and you've stepped into the light of your own power, your own destiny. But the truly frightening part for them, the part that makes them shudder, is that they can't understand how you did it. They don't know how you broke free from the chains they had tried so hard to bind you with. They don't understand how you became untouchable, unshakable, while they remain stuck in their illusions of control. And that's where their fear grows. Fear of the unknown, fear of their own failure, fear of the fact that they've been playing a game they never truly understood. They were always acting like they knew the rules, like they were the ones setting the pace. But they didn't. They were too focused on trying to manipulate you, too focused on holding you down, to ever see that you were playing a completely different game altogether. What they didn't realize is that every attempt they made to break you only taught you more. Every struggle, every challenge, every obstacle they threw in your way became another lesson, another sharpening of your mind and spirit. You didn't break under pressure. You bent and stretched, and with every ounce of resilience, you grew. They were stuck in their limited vision, their small-minded thinking, their desire to crush others, to make themselves feel better. But you were expanding. You were growing beyond their reach, beyond their understanding, and that's what terrifies them. Now, as they look at you, as they try to find some way to regain control, they can't help but realize that they've lost. They have lost, not just because you've risen above them, but because they never understood that it was always your will, your strength, your determination that made them lose. It was never about the things they did to you. It was about how you responded, how you chose to rise each time they tried to pull you down. They are the ones who miscalculated. They thought they were the dominant force, the one who could shape the narrative, but they never saw you for who you truly are. An unstoppable force, a force that couldn't be swayed by their manipulations. You didn't play into their game. You rewrote the rules. You redefined what winning looked like, and you've now become the embodiment of that victory. Every inch of progress, every ounce of growth, every barrier you've broken is another slap in the face to their arrogance, to their belief that they could keep you down. You don't need their approval. You don't need their validation. You don't need them at all. And that's what they fear the most. You've become self-reliant, self-sustaining, and it's only a matter of time before you surpass them completely. They are watching as you rise, watching as you push past the limitations they set for you, and it's destroying them. They cannot understand how you managed to break free from their grip. They were so sure that they could control you, so sure that you would buckle under pressure, so sure that you would stay confined in the box they tried to put you in. But now, that box is destroyed and you are free. You've taken flight, soaring above the noise and chaos they created, and all they can do is watch as you pass them by. They've made one of the biggest mistakes of their lives. They underestimated you. They underestimated the depth of your strength, the width of your determination, and the power of your will to rise above. They thought they could break you, crush you into submission, force you to fall in line, but instead, you've become a force they cannot contain, a force that only grows stronger as time passes. Every time they try to drag you back into their game, you show them just how much further ahead you are. You make it clear that they can't touch you. And this is where the true power lies, the realization that you don't need them. You never did. You've been self-made, self-reliant, and now, with every step you take toward your goals, you're proving that their efforts to control you were futile from the very beginning. They were always trying to fit you into their mold, but you didn't fit. You never were supposed to. You've always been bigger, stronger, more adaptable than they ever could have imagined. Now they're scrambling, they're struggling to regain a sense of control, but it's slipping away, piece by piece, because they know that they've lost. You've taken the lead, and they're left in the dust, wondering where they went wrong. They'll try to manipulate the situation, try to twist things to make it seem like they're still in charge, but deep down, they know the truth. They know that you've outgrown them, you've outlasted them, outsmarted them, and broken free from their grip. The fear they feel now is unlike anything they've ever experienced. It's the fear of a loss they cannot undo. It's the fear of realizing that they can no longer control you, can no longer affect your progress, can no longer stop you from becoming the person you were always meant to be. Every success you achieve, every victory you claim, chips away at their confidence. It eats away at their ability to see themselves as the ones in charge. And in that destruction, They're left with nothing but the harsh, cold truth. They've lost. But you are just beginning. You've only scratched the surface of your potential, and every move you make now is a testament to your resilience, your growth, and your power. The strength you've developed is incomparable, and you know that no matter what comes your way, you will always rise above. They may try to undermine you again. They may attempt to bring you down. But the difference now is that you're not the same person they tried to break. You are unshakable. You are untouchable. And even though they may still try, even though they may still think they can pull you back into their toxic game, you know the truth. You know that you're already out of their reach. You know that you have already won. And here's the most beautiful thing of all. They will never understand how you did it. They will never be able to fathom the depth of your strength. And that's exactly how it should be. Because if they knew, if they understood how you became the unstoppable force you are now, they would realize that the game was always in your hands, even when they tried to convince you it wasn't. So, let them shudder. Let them watch as you continue to rise. Let them squirm in their discomfort, because that discomfort is the only thing they'll ever feel now. They can't touch you. They can't stop you. They can't even comprehend what you've become. And that's exactly what you want. You've already won. Now, you're simply watching as they try to play a game they will never understand again. You're playing on a level they will never reach, and they'll never get it, because their game is completely lost, and you've already moved on to something far, far greater. What you have stepped into, what you have unlocked within yourself, is something beyond their comprehension. The victory you've secured is not just one of survival. It's a victory of transformation. It's a victory over everything they tried to impose upon you, everything they tried to define you by, everything they tried to destroy. The power that resides within you now isn't just a product of your resilience or your endurance. It's a power born of knowledge, experience, and, above all, the realization of your infinite potential. They thought they could break you, right? They thought they had figured you out, that they could press the right buttons, use the right tactics, and finally crush you under the weight of their manipulation and control. They tried to tear down every aspect of who you are, everything that made you strong, everything that made you unique. But here's the beautiful irony. They underestimated something crucial. They underestimated the fact that their tactics would never work on someone who knows their own worth, someone who is in tune with their own power, someone who has faced the worst of the worst and still rises every single time. They underestimated the fire that burned deep inside you, a fire that they could never extinguish, no matter how hard they tried. And now, they're watching in horror as you break free from their grasp, soaring to heights they never thought possible. But what they don't realize is that you've been preparing for this moment your entire life, even when you didn't know it. Every struggle, every setback, every failure, every painful lesson, it was all preparation for this. Every moment of doubt you had, every ounce of pain you endured, was sharpening you, molding you, teaching you how to become someone they could never touch, someone they could never control. Because here's the thing about power. It's not about force. It's not about dominance. It's not about proving someone else wrong or putting them down. Power, real power, is the ability to move through life with unshakable confidence in who you are, what you stand for, and what you're capable of. Power is the ability to navigate the storms, to rise above the chaos, and to maintain your integrity in the face of opposition. And you've learned that lesson well. You've learned how to walk through the fire without being burned, how to face the darkness without losing your light. That's the game you've been playing all along. the one they didn't see, the one they couldn't understand. They thought they could break you by throwing obstacles in your way, but all they did was make you stronger, make you sharper, make you more dangerous. The more they pushed, the more you expanded. The more they tried to suffocate you, the more you found new ways to breathe. And now, you've become something they can never touch. What they don't understand is that while they were busy trying to control you, you were busy building something far more powerful than anything they could ever comprehend. You were building a foundation that would carry you beyond their reach. You were constructing a fortress within yourself, one that no outside force, no matter how manipulative or calculating, could ever breach. You were becoming untouchable. And now, they see it. Now, they realize that their efforts were in vain. But it's not just about outlasting them. It's not just about proving that you're stronger than their games. It's about the freedom you've unlocked. The freedom that comes from knowing that you don't need anyone's approval. The freedom that comes from knowing that you are enough, exactly as you are, and that nothing anyone says or does can change that. You don't need their validation because you've learned to validate yourself. You don't need their permission to be successful, to be powerful, to be unstoppable, because you've already given yourself that permission. You don't need their approval to take your seat at the table, because you've built your own table, one that's built on the foundation of your own strength and conviction. And that, my friend, is what they can't handle. That's what has them shaking in their boots. They never expected you to rise like this. They never expected you to grow into someone who could not just survive, but thrive in the face of everything they threw at you. They were so consumed with their own need for control that they never saw the quiet, unstoppable force you were becoming. And now, they realize that the game they thought they controlled is completely lost. But the beauty of your rise is not just in your personal victory. It's in the way it will inspire others. It's in the way your transformation becomes a beacon for those who are still struggling, still stuck in the web of control, still questioning their worth, still wondering if they have the strength to break free. You are proof that it's possible. You are living, breathing evidence that no matter how hard they push, no matter how insidious their attempts to break you, the human spirit is infinitely resilient. You are a testament to the fact that no matter how dark the storm, there is always a way through it. And those who are still trapped in the clutches of those who try to control them will look at you, and they will see the possibility of escape. They will see the strength to break free, just as you did. This is what you were made for. This is what you have been preparing for, whether you realized it or not. Your success is not just your own. It is a gift you give to others, a message that if you can do it, so can they. Your journey, your rise, is a map for others to follow, a guide for those who are still trapped in the cycle of manipulation and control. You are not just the hero of your own story. You are the hero for all those who are still in the trenches, fighting battles they can't win alone. And so, as you rise, as you continue to surpass every expectation, every challenge, every obstacle, you become more than just a survivor. You become a symbol of hope. You become a beacon of what's possible when you refuse to give up, when you refuse to let the world dictate your worth. You become the living embodiment of the truth that no one can break you unless you allow them to. You are the proof that no matter how bad things get, no matter how dark the days, you can always come out on top. The most incredible part of this journey, it's only the beginning. Because once you've broken free from their grasp, once you've realized the full extent of your power, there's no going back. There is no limit to what you can achieve. There is no ceiling. There are no boundaries. You've proven to yourself that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. You've proven that you can not only survive, you can thrive. You can exceed every expectation, break every chain, and conquer every mountain in your path. The world is yours for the taking. And now, with everything you've learned, with all the power you've unlocked, you can truly go after whatever you want. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter if they try to tear you down again. Because you've already built yourself up. You've already realized your worth. You've already claimed your power. And that's something they'll never be able to take from you. So, as you look toward the future, as you set your sights on your next conquest, know this. The game they thought they controlled is over. The reign they thought they had over you is finished. You've already won. And now, with every step forward, you will remind them, over and over again, that their game is completely lost. You have ascended to something far, far greater than they could ever imagine, and that is something they will never be able to touch. In the end, the game they thought they controlled is over. They tried to break you, to bend you to their will, but all they did was fuel your rise. You've unlocked a power within yourself they could never comprehend, and now you stand untouchable, unstoppable. The world is yours, and nothing can stand in your way. You've proven that no matter the obstacles, you will always rise. Your victory is not just personal, it's a beacon for others to follow. You've claimed your power, and their game is lost.